eating proper. He's taking jujitsu so he can learn how to fall. And one of the keys I've always told these quarterbacks, falling is something you truly have to practice. The other thing is, if you want to survive in the NFL, you need to be strong in your shoulders. And Tua has done all that. 21 touchdown passes this year. He is so much fun to watch. And when you see him play this weekend, when that left foot hits and plants, the ball is gone. He's so quick with
That's your right foot you put down.
left foot. I said, straight hand. I said left foot.
When I lay on my stomach.
Hey, get up.
All right, whatever. Russ, real quick, one more good feel-good story that's happening down there in Houston with C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, C.J. Stroud's an absolute animal. His poise in the pocket is just second to none. He doesn't force the ball to go into where he's trying to throw it to. And when he does force the ball, though, if he needs to, he puts it to where only the wide receiver can make a play. So C.J. Stroud, the second pick of the draft this year, what a great story. He has turned it up like no other the last 3 games, and he finally went through some adversity. Last week, he threw 2 interceptions, and he's only thrown 2 throughout the whole year before that. And let me tell you, it didn't bother him. He still went down the field after and had game-winning drives and unbelievable throws to make him the all-pro that he may be this year.
If you have kids at home and you want to do the hokey pokey, you put your left foot in, right? Or something like that. Hey, we got plenty more to come on this matchup. We'll continue talking about the Packers and their running backs and their kids facing 5 straight games and a touchdown. No break in Detroit, rookie record shared by Barry Sanders and Evan Jones. For the Packers running backs, Aaron Jones and Emmanuel Wilson have both been ruled out with injury. So next man up is A.J. Dillon. And check this out. David Montgomery's Lions go for their 5th straight win today over Green Bay. That hasn't happened in almost 70 years. It should be a good one. Hopefully as good as this celebration was. Well, Michael, one-arming, manhandling kids. What's wrong with you, boy?
Hey, I got kids. I can't keep up with them anymore, though. Kids make me tired.
Yep, I got you. Got you.
Total.
Los dos.
Sí.
Ah, ok.
All NFL homes like
Dunbar is a small West Virginia town.
The railroad tracks divides who you are in the town of Dunbar, either a hillside ram or a river rat.
Komodo, it started decades ago.
Yes, it's the 49th annual Komodo. And that Thanksgiving Day comes around, the guys get fired up. Can't wait, my family begs me not to play.
We gotta hit somebody, even if it's only one time a year.
River Rats and the Hillside Rams, 75 years, we're gonna keep going.
That's fun to celebrate, right? Well, we're talking about football in America. The Green Bay Packers, from Bart Starr to Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, well, they're certainly one of the country's most iconic franchises, which brings a lot more pressure than normal to the gig of starting quarterback there, especially if it's your first year as a starter. But as we bid another happy Thanksgiving to Aaron Andrews, who rejoins us now from Ford Field. The kid seems to really have come into his own the last couple of weeks and is responding to that pressure.
He certainly has, Kurt. I want to take you back to week 1. We were there covering the game, his first start as QB1. I actually went back in the tunnel and watched him come out of the locker room and wait for him to take the field, and he just took this huge breath. I asked him about it yesterday, and he said that was 3 years in the making, that breath. He said, I was so grateful for the opportunity, the moment, and the start. And now this 25-year-old, he's just coming off a career game. We're all seeing that Love's patience was worth the wait.
We've got one game on today. First time in 2 years that a Green Bay Packer quarterback has thrown for over 300 yards.
It was 2020 when you got drafted, and it takes me back to Roger Goodell sitting in his basement.
The Green Bay Packers select Jordan Love, quarterback.
The 3-year wait, how would you describe what that was like?
Just a long time just learning and developing. Obviously, when I got drafted, I knew kind of right away that I wasn't going into a situation where I was going to be the starter.
Would you learn about having patience?
A lot. I learned a lot.
How did you navigate that?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. You know, you just got to continue to prepare like you're the starter, help Aaron out with whatever he needs, and just knowing that I'm going to get a shot at some point. It made it even more special this year.
From Jordan Love.
Now Jordan Love's time. Watching a guy grow up right before our eyes.
When did there start to feel a difference for you in this offense and the pieces around you? What's clicked?
Everyone on this team just continue to keep their head down and work. Obviously, it's not been perfect. You know, guys are just trusting each other. No one's pointing fingers. Just continue to learn how to find ways to win those close games.
Jordan Love has been masterful in this second half.
You had mentioned this week, there's just been a ton of learning. Name some of your biggest lessons you've learned this year.
I think the biggest one is just the roller coaster of, you know, the highs and the lows, and no matter how the game starts, it's all about how you finish. A lot of these NFL games come down to the last 2 minutes. You got to be able to, you know, focus and dial in.
Jordan Love starting to really find his rhythm, his accuracy.
Those critical situations, and how can you capitalize on those 2-minute drives.
And Green Bay is going to hang on.
We've definitely been tested so far.
It's obviously a big one here in Detroit, but what does it mean to be the starting quarterback on Thanksgiving Day?
It's special. You know, I always grew up watching all the football games on Thanksgiving. You know, I know everybody in America is pretty much tuned into these football games.
Jordan, what are you most thankful for in this Thanksgiving?
I'm thankful for, obviously, my family, but I'm just thankful for this opportunity to be playing in the NFL.
And so the Jordan Love era begins for Green Bay.
Obviously, it doesn't last long. Every player in the NFL has been dreaming of this since we were little kids, so being in the game for 3 years, like, just grateful to be able to be a starter now and try to make the most of that moment.
And now the question Jordan Love will always be tied to. Do you still talk to Aaron Rodgers? And he said, yeah, we talk quite a bit. What do you guys talk about? He said, Aaron just always stresses to me to be me. Let it all just play out. I asked him the biggest thing he learned from watching Rodgers from the sidelines, how consistent he was every single day in practice, at the game. And of course, that's something Love has said he has tried to apply to this year. Let's talk about consistency. Terry Bradshaw, how many cannolis have you had on this Thanksgiving, you beauty?
I had two, and I took one and gave to the fans that are here. I'm not a selfish eater. I share the food you ate. Thank you. I enjoyed. You know, I enjoyed that piece. I have not seen any interviews on this kid, and so I really have enjoyed that. And when you have talking to you, I'll be talking to America. Oh, America, America. You know, the thing about a young quarterback when you sit on the bench, you don't learn. I don't know what people say when they say you learn. I don't think you learn anything. You got to get out and play. His fourth year, you can see how he has grown throughout the year, primarily with his young receivers, Dobson, Reed, Dobbs. You can say Dillon at running back. He's lost all his running back. Dillon is going to be in there. Kind of limited, but the thing they've done the last couple of weeks, the thing I love about this guy, I call him kind of a gunslinger. He holds the ball down, slings it pretty cool. He's got a cool way of throwing the ball. The fact is they're throwing it, and in the last 2 games, they've had 19 passes over 20 yards in completions, and that's a rarity for the year. So you can tell that he's adjusted to the offense, and I think LaFleur's adjusted to his gunslinger style.
Yeah, and Terry, you know, so many times, you know, fans and all of us, you know, we look at the stars, you know, and really this is a team game. And you and I have talked about this 100 times. You know, every outstanding coach, they've had an outstanding quarterback. When you look at the ones that have had great success, Belichick, Brady, you know, Landry, Staubach, Chuck Noll, Beagle, Aikman, you know, on and on. If it's going to be a great team, you're going to have an outstanding coach and an outstanding quarterback. Matt LaFleur, the last couple of years, 12 and 15. So you say, oh, well, maybe he's not that good. But Jordan Love's coming on now, and so maybe that record will get better as he gets more experience.
Yes, definitely. Jordan Love is a good quarterback in this NFL. Rightfully so. He has gone through some growing pains in his first year as a quarterback. He has young wide receivers, Christian Watson, Jaden Reed as well. He's a rookie, second-round pick. They're not really on the same page at the beginning of the year, but they are now clicking. They are now starting to understand each other. And in the last 3 games, they have won 2 of them, and Jordan Love has statistically put up his best career numbers on 2 of those games as well. So watch them. Maybe not be too dangerous this year, but watch that chemistry grow, and they will be a dangerous team, and they will be winning eventually, possibly next year.
The one thing that we've lost in our league is, particularly at the quarterback position, is patience. It used to be you could develop a quarterback 3, 4, 5 years. Jordan Love hasn't had that luxury because this is the kind of state of the NFL. And you look at the Green Bay Packers and where they've been at quarterback for 30 years, through multiple Super Bowls, multiple MVPs. Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre. That is what you're being judged by. It's not fair. Not only are they young at wide receiver, Gronk, they're young. They are the youngest team in football. So they're a group that's going to have to grow together, and it's going to take time for him to grow.
It's a big gamble.
Yeah, it's his 4th year, but he hasn't had a lot of time on the field.
But patience as a team, and I think one thing's hard to admit, when you're actually in a rebuilding mode, which they are. They're young on defense, but I can tell you what, defense is playing well. Top 10 in scoring defense, top 10 in passing defense, top 5 in rushing defense. They just don't get turnovers. To win the game today or to have a chance today, they're going to have to get turnovers.
Whether or not the Packers are rebuilding, we will find out. One thing we do know is that the Detroit Lions are already built for now behind that man Dan King. We'll talk more Lions, and I'm Rushing Brown on the other side.
No, it's all right. Yeah, good.
can look at it as an honor to play on Thanksgiving in front of all the people in the NFL, and on the backside, you have 10 days before your next. There you go.
It was an honor for you when they reminded you that you had to come to work today, too.
I totally forgot, man.
Now, I thought when I retired for the NFL, I didn't have to work on Thanksgiving. I had no idea.
That was funny.
If I'd have known that, I might not be here now.
Yeah, but you're still here all these years later. And everywhere else on top of it.
That's true.
Hardest man in show business. Right now, you know who's working hard is this wide receiver for the Detroit Lions. They always work on Thanksgiving. We're talking about Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's also got a remarkable family. All three St. Brown brothers played Division I college football, with Equinemius now playing with the Bears, and Amon-Ra is a superstar with the Lions. And as Christina Pink explains, it doesn't hurt to have special parents giving love and support every step of the way.
Hey.
Since he is born, he was never interested in playing with toys, only sports. Give him a ball, he was playing.
When people ask me when I was younger, like, what do you want to do when you grow up? I always told them I want to be a professional athlete.
I know you wanted your boys to stand out. Tell me about signing that birth certificate.
I said, honey, look, we got to think about this last name. Because Brown don't look good on the jerseys. So I write St. Brown on it because I know they're going to stand out.
The St. Brown boys who have these wonderfully unique names.
Your background, Mr. Universe, how did that influence the way that you raised your boys?
At 5 years old in my house, you start lifting weights with me in the garage.
We didn't have a squat rack or anything, just a bench press, some PVC pipes, some dumbbells.
We trained all the time, but we had fun. And we get the ball come on.
I remember, going to the park, running, and whatever he, put out there and told us to do, we did.
Did the guys get holidays off?
No. They get no days off.
Thanksgiving morning. Put those reps in.
We know he's got the physical attributes, he's tough. The smarts, I'm guessing, came from Miriam.
Came from her.
They speak 3 languages. Before they could go on the game board, I questioned them in, I think, 10 or 20 vocabulary in English, French, and German.
It was nice to have brothers to do it with. We're super close. We did everything together.
He was always competing against his older brother, so I think that also made him like who he is.
One game,
He just exudes toughness. Nobody's hotter right now than Amon-Ra St. Brown.
If I was the Detroit Lions, I would get Equinemius on this team because civil rivalry is real.
It's fun that he's in the division because I get a plan.
Who's the better trash talker between the two?
I can really say what I want.
you already know. Little big bro.
He can't say much at this point.
The brand new Lions, 8-2 for the first time in over 60 years.
Since it's Thanksgiving, what are you most thankful for?
I'm most thankful for my family. I just want to say to my dad, without you, I wouldn't be where I am today. And then Mama, ich liebe dich. Und ich will einfach Danke sagen. But like sometimes they don't really know how much they mean to me.
They know. They know.
They know what it is. Love you, Vic.
Love it.
Amazing story, Christina. Amazing family. There have been so many great brother combinations in the league, and Diane and I were fortunate enough to have Chris and Kyle play in the NFL. Thanksgiving, backyards, you're playing football back there, and you can't, in your wildest dreams, imagine one, let alone two, getting into the league and then winning a Super Bowl and Pro Bowls and all that. And we were fortunate enough to kind of cover it through their growing up right here at the NFL.
Well said, Howie, and I was fortunate enough as well to have brothers, especially growing up. I had someone to compete versus every single day. I believe the nature of my childhood, competing versus my brothers, getting beat up by my brothers, has led me to where I am today. And I got to play with 2 of my brothers. One of them has a Super Bowl ring when he was on the practice squad when we beat Atlanta in Houston the 1 year for that Super Bowl. But let me tell you, brothers are the best. They get you ready. They get you ready for the next stages in the athlete world. And Terry, you're like my brother now. I guarantee if you hit me, I don't feel pain because of my brothers beating me up.
Hey, come on. The only thing is, The brothers one thing, but also the sons. Watching that piece kind of reminded me of when I lifted weights with my two sons, Brent and Ted. That's how I built this body up, right? This is why.
We wondered.
They lifted those weights when I was a kid. Like,
Yeah, I can see the results. It really paid off for you. But it did remind me a lot of my father, too, and working out with my father when I started lifting weights with him when I was 13 years old. And my dad looking at me one year, I'm 16, said, "You want to play football?" I said, "Yeah." He put me on a plane from Germany, and I went to stay with my Uncle Art in Houston, and got one scholarship to Texas Southern. 4 years later here in New York, 30 years later, the great career, and I'm sitting here with you guys. So a lot to be thankful for, and thankful for my family and my kids and my mother, brothers and father and everybody else. So, I mean, this is just, Thanksgiving is a special time.
It's just support. I think we all grew up in just normal families, and the fact that I went to my dad at a young age and said I want to play in the NFL one of these days. My father, who was a welder, not an athlete at all, said, "Okay, son, okay, you go do it." And my mother was the real athlete in the family, and she was supportive also. I do have two brothers, and one played in the NFL for Houston in New Orleans, very big-time quarterback, big arm. Great friend of mine. My older brother was my trainer at Louisiana Tech, so always take care of me when I got hurt.
When your father said, go ahead, so he's just trying to get rid of you? Or
Go ahead. Hey, go ahead. Hey, real quick.
There you go again.
For those of us that didn't play in the NFL, everybody, I think, has had their family support them in their endeavors. Most people hopefully have to get to the success that we have in our life. So thank you to all of our families out there, no matter where you are. All right, real quick, sister. Let's get it over to Jay Glazer right now, who's going to tell us who's in and out today, brought to you by Geico.
And talking about beating up on your brothers, Michael, I think me beating up on you all those years, that helped you out as well. Come on, you got a minute. All right, let's go ins and outs here. We're going to start off here. A very healthy team for the Detroit Lions. Green Bay Packers, A.J. Dillon. He was a question mark going into this game. He is active. Talk to McAfee again and say, hey, we're hoping he makes it all the way through there. Obviously, with that groin injury, Patrick Taylor waiting to take over. If not, but we talked about Amon St. Brown, Tare Alexander, top cornerback for the Packers. He is deactivated for them today. For the Dallas Cowboys later on, they're very healthy. Running back Rico Dowdell, he's a really big question mark. He is going to be in for the Dallas Cowboys. Later on today, Seattle Seahawks, Kenneth Walker, he's going to be out for that game. Jamal Adams, this last week's game, he's in. But the big question mark for all these games today is Geno Smith. I was texting with him last night. That elbow is disgusting. But Geno says, hey, I am going to tough it out tonight. I expect to play later tonight against the Niners.
All right, thanks a lot, Jay. This is normally when we get the picks, but everybody is going with the favorite in all three games today. That just gives us more time to celebrate with the chef. Right here, you give us a little dessert drink, would you call it that? These guys can't even wait.
I know, they start stirring it. I love it. Here, Jay.
Thank you, Antonio. Explain Mexican hot chocolate.
Oh, woo! This is good. Little thing that we did today, right? So I started off with my Italian world, and we moved into a mole tostada with some Italian, Mexican, and then cannolis, which were obviously Italian, and now we're finishing with some Mexican.
See that, Erica?
So I've got ancho chilies, I've got a little bit of cayenne, you've got cream, milk, Mexican chocolate, cinnamon, vanilla. It steeps all together, and then I finished it with, you can taste a little bit of a salted whipped cream. So salty, it's got cinnamon, it's got a little bit of sugar. And if you want to dip a little vanilla cookie in there too, I'll put, those are low carb. Yeah, those are really good for building muscle and,
Brother Jimmy down.
What are those black things?
You know what's good in Mexican hot chocolate? Is tequila. This is what it is. Thank you so much, Chef Antonio.
Thank you so much for having me.
You can go to her restaurants in Los Angeles. You can enjoy the food at home, whatever you're cooking today. Just like we enjoyed this game out here in Houston.
Happy Thanksgiving, you, Terry! Hey, Terry! Hey, Gronk! Gronk!
I hope they saw
Gronk, you're the best!
It's dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it's
He's gonna go to Jordan. Oh, he thought they might be coming out that way.
Let these young, athletic, dynamic receivers make plays for Jordan Love.
Hopefully we get some fireworks today in the game. The crowd is ready, I can tell you that. And thank you for joining us. From our family to yours, happy Thanksgiving. We can't wait to bring you a heck of a game today with the Lions and Packers and Jordan Love, who's playing great lately, and Jared Goff and the 8-2 Lions. And kickoff coming your way next on Fox.
Hey, let's take a picture.
Wow.